President Bola Tinubu meets King of England, explores opportunities for collaboration at upcoming COP29 summit. Nigerian Center for Disease Control raises health concern over flooding. Deploys rapid response team to Northeast. House of Representatives to strengthen oversight of Nigeria's electricity sector to ensure safety standards. Good to have you join us on the news desk at 3, live on Nta News24. I'm Comfort Amadu, and we're reaching you from Abuja. Now let's begin with President Bola Tinubu's meeting with His Majesty King Charles III at Buckingham Palace for a private meeting. During the meeting, both leaders highlighted the enduring and cherished relationship between Nigeria and the United Kingdom. This will be the second meeting between the duo after they first met in Dubai at the COP28 Climate Summit last year. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed that the latest meeting was at the King's request. Both leaders discussed global and regional matters of shared priority, focusing on urgent and complex challenge of climate change. President Tinubu and His Majesty also explored opportunities for collaboration in anticipation of the upcoming COP29 summit in Azerbaijan and the Commonwealth Heads of Government meet in Chogom in Samoa. Our President Tinubu reiterated Nigeria's firm commitment to addressing climate change in a manner that aligns with the country's energy security goals, whilst affirming Nigerians' readiness to adopt global strategies for sustainability. During the dialogue, and the two leaders shared ideas for innovative approaches to climate financing and funding, expressing mutual interest in strengthening partnerships by harnessing Nigeria's leadership position in Africa and Commonwealth. And at least 5 members of the Nigerian Governors Forum, led by its chairman, Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, are in Maiduguri to commiserate with the government and people of Borno State over the flood disaster that ravaged a substantial part of the state capital. They took a tour of the affected areas. They stressed the need for more intervention as Borno State government cannot do it alone. Meanwhile, Deputy Speaker House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu commiserates with families of victims and other persons affected by the recent flood disaster in Maiduguri, Borno State's capital. Kalu, in a statement, underscored the need for the activation of relevant policies on climate change around the country to help forestall future occurrences. The Deputy Speaker urged the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and other relevant agencies to quickly step in and provide expected relief and succor to the victims. He assured of adequate legislative intervention to ensure that the impacts of the tragedy will not overwhelm the people. In the meantime, the National Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, on behalf of the chairman of the 774 local government areas and councils, has condoled with the people of Maiduguri, Borno State, over the recent devastating flood that ravaged the city, leaving countless lives and properties affected. The national president of ALGON, Aminu Muazu May Fata, in a statement, called on the federal government to mobilize resources to support the victims, as it also urged the National Emergency Management Agency and other relevant agencies to provide immediate relief materials and support to the affected communities. It further called for swift measures to prevent future occurrences, believing that a multi-stakeholder approach is necessary to address the root causes of the disaster and also ensure that those affected receive the necessary support. And with flood ravaging some parts of the country, and Borno as it is being the latest, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control has deployed a rapid response team to the northeast states to strengthen surveillance activities. This follows health risk associated with flooding as well, and the NCDC's Director General Dr. Jide Idris disclosed this while giving an update on the latest nationwide efforts on this development. More on this with Olushe Adiago.
Flooding has become a recurring phenomenon in Nigeria due to the increasing impact of climate change and many other human-induced factors. But the recent incident in Maiduguri and Bauchi states is a disaster of unimaginable proportions. Speaking on the program, Commissioner of Information and Internal Security of Borno State, Professor Usman Tar, noted that over 50,000 victims have been rescued and moved to camps. He said state government, with the help of support partners, are working towards resettling affected persons to their homes within the next 3 days and a week.
A number of the displaced persons are seeking shelters in the homes and business premises of their relatives, but a lot more are seeking, shelter in established camps, including Bakasi, Yerwa, Ali Sherif Primary School, Ashek Jerma Primary School, Mod Fanami Gubio Primary School around Gubio Road, Gubio IDP Camp, Teachers Village. These are all, places where people have sought shelter, and all the facilities have been opened for them.
Environmental experts, Professor John Osonwa, advised state government of flood-prone areas to earmark a sizable quota of the ecological funds for dam rehabilitation and early warning systems. He further suggested the need to establish a disaster insurance scheme for markets and farmlands.
Government should earmark funds to insure people. There are companies that can insure people against property damage. I saw the market was flooded, all the goods, all the wares in the market soaked with water, condemned. So markets like that, there can be group insurance for the market, so that if flood comes, government can activate the insurance.
We, SEMA, we quickly go and intervene. We provide a canoe for the search and rescue to all the affected local government areas.
There was also a call to local governments and communities to revive the culture of periodic sanitation as a preventive measure against human-induced factors of flooding. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, Nta News.
And that was Ekemini Williams' report on the conversation on Good Morning Nigeria, where key players are advising state governments from flood-prone areas to use most of the 108 billion naira ecological fund released to them for the rehabilitation of dams and setting up of early warning system against flood disaster. Now let's bring you Olushe Adiago's report.
Nigeria continues to grapple with reported cases of waterborne diseases like cholera, diarrhea, and hepatitis, as well as emerging ones like the mpox outbreak, all posing a significant threat to public health. Flood water heightens health risks, making people vulnerable to infectious diseases, chemical hazard, and injuries. The Nigerian CDC Director General says his agency has been coordinating national responses and support to devastated flood areas, with the latest efforts focused on Maiduguri, the Borno state capital.
Flooding also have the health consequences. Flooding can increase the number of diarrhea cases, they can increase the number of cholera cases, gastroenterological typhoid cases. That's why it's very essential for us again to address this issue. Both states now should get ready, especially in Borno State where we have this. Our staff are working with NEMA now again to help address these issues.
The NCDC Mpox epidemiological summary as of August 2024 indicates suspected cases have increased from 834 to 1,031 in 34 states of the Federation and the FCT, with 67 confirmed cases recorded across 23 states and the FCT without fatalities. Akwa Ibom and Enugu states are leading in the Mpox charts with 8 cases each. The Nigeria CDC also updates that ongoing Lassa fever outbreak has seen over 7,973 suspected cases and 168 deaths across 28 states, while cholera has claimed 216 lives in 2024.
As we're having a downward trend in Lassa fever and meningitis since we've deactivated the EOC, we also do know that in the next couple of weeks and 2-3 months, because these diseases are seasonal, we are likely to be seeing increasing cases of those diseases again. So it is now incumbent on us to prepare now, to start preparing for situations and strategies that will not allow us to see as many of those cases as possible this next season. But what we are trying to do now is increase the number of laboratories all over the country to build their capabilities to be able to test for Mpox.
Another request by the center is a strengthened collaboration of key players in human health, agriculture, and environment sectors under the One Health approach. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, Nta News.
The NNPC Foundation says it will assist in bringing down the prevalence of heart disease burden and fatalities in Nigeria. Managing Director of NNPC Foundation, Emmanuela Arukwe, made this commitment at the 53rd Annual General Meeting and Scientific Conference by the Nigerian Cardiac Society, NCS, in Port Harcourt. Lydia Sampson reports.
The NNPC Foundation is established to execute social impact initiatives on behalf of NNPC Limited and its subsidiary companies, focusing on health, education, environment, and access to clean energy. This is in line with its mission of enhancing the well-being of Nigerians. Managing Director of NNPC Foundation, Emmanuela Arikwe, represented, said that the foundation was supporting healthcare initiatives to save lives of vulnerable persons battling cardiovascular diseases.
The theme of this year's conference underscores the critical importance of cardiovascular health, a subject that is close to our hearts at the NNPC Limited and NNPC Foundation. We are committed to alleviating the financial burden on those who face economic challenges and ensuring that necessary treatments are accessible to all.
The Foundation's decision to collaborate with Nigerian Cardiac Society and health facilities nationwide to tackle the disease would further increase awareness and access. Nigerian Cardiac Society President.
Urgent action is needed if we are to turn the tide against the rising incidence of cardiovascular disease in our country and across the sub-Saharan Africa.
This is our own contribution to making training easy for people so that many people would not run out of the country.
It is also expected that the conference will come up with cost-effective solutions to enhance the cardiovascular health of Nigerians. NNPC Foundation, in line with their corporate social responsibility, has made notable contributions to public health through a range of impactful projects, including medical outreach, sponsorship of cancer screening and glaucoma screening, amongst others, with beneficiaries applauding the organization for its impactful efforts. Lydia Sampson, Nta News.
And House of Representatives is looking to strengthen Nigerians' electricity sector. Details of these and more after this break.
The electorates, internal democracy, credible process, independent umpire, security, and the rule of law. These are the catalysts that propel free, fair, and credible elections. Join us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on NTA News 24 as we x-ray, dissect, and analyze the various components of electioneering and the prospects of democratic consolidation in Nigeria. Electoral Reforms Half Hour, brought to you by Peering Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, PACA, in conjunction with Nta News24 and support from MacArthur Foundation. Keep a date with us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and repeat broadcast Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on our various platforms. Don't miss it.
Senate has rescheduled reconvening of plenary from Tuesday 17th to Tuesday 24th September 2024. In a statement, the Committee on Media and Publicity explains that the postponement is to enable the legislators continue engagement with constituents on key issues. He reassures that the National Assembly is committed to good governance and will continue to use legislative framework to fine-tune policies of government for growth and development. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives says it will strengthen oversight of Nigeria's electricity sector to ensure that safety standards are not compromised. Chairman House Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations, Abubakar Gumi, at a briefing in Abuja, says a policy document will enhance safe, secure and qualitative electricity service delivery in the country. Is being put together to be unveiled at the next Nigerian Electricity Supply Industry Safety Conference.
Of enforcement, and it is a collective effort. One organization cannot. If SON allows substandard cables to come in, it's not necessary NEMSA would know, but LECAN people that are at the end users would always know that this is substandard products. Now, are they speaking with NEMSA? Are they reporting cases to NEMSA, or are they just applying them and use on clients that don't even know what is genuine or not? Now, this is designed to address that. We want all the stakeholders to be speaking to one another.
He highlighted challenges of the power sector to include installation of electricity equipment by non-licensed operators, as well as the production, marketing and use of substandard electrical materials. Away from that, the Chief Executive of the National Oil Spillage Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, Chukwuemeka Woke, has reaffirmed the agency's dedication to implementing federal government's directives regarding the personnel management system framework for civil servants payroll. This was at the opening ceremony of a two-day workshop focused on the implementation of performance management system framework for agencies of the Federal Ministry of Environment at the NOSDRA headquarters in Abuja. Woke outlined NOSDRA's pivotal role as leading agency under the Federal Ministry of Environment, especially in addressing oil spills and pollution across the nation.
Ensure safety, timely, effective and appropriate response to major or disastrous oil pollution. Identify high-risk areas as well as priority areas of protection and cleanup.
He said NOSDRA's goal is to ensure a safe, timely, effective and appropriate response to significant oil spill incidents, and to also identify high-risk areas and to prioritize efforts for protection and cleanup.
All our staff must be ready and able to avail themselves of the value of the requirements of PMS as the framework for determining their competencies and skills in their career growth and development in the
PMS is a pillar of FC. In line with that, the head of service of the Federation has given that mandate for all ministries and agencies to implement it. And there's also
Now, the story of the Nigerian Air Force Finance Seminar is one of vision, dedication, and a shared commitment to excellence with a clear focus on accountability and innovative management as it sets the stage for a stronger, more resilient Air Force. Our defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports that the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, made this known at the 2024 NAF Finance Conference.
As the narrative unfolds, the focus shifts to the role of the Nigerian Air Force in defending the nation as an institution which has long been a cornerstone of national security, with its members displaying unmatched courage and dedication. Yet, in these challenging times, the effective management of resources transcends operational necessity as it becomes a moral imperative.
The Accounts and Budget branch is critical to operational effectiveness. When resources are managed with integrity and prudence, it enhances our ability to maintain a high state of readiness to train, equip, and deploy our personnel effectively, as well as to ensure that operational directives are executed without financial constraints.
The Accounts and Budgets branch, the backbone of operational effectiveness, must embody integrity and prudence. The seminar's purpose extends beyond the surface, aiming to instill a deep-seated culture of accountability across all levels of command.
The Finance Seminar 2024 is aimed at developing the professional capacity of Nigerian Air Force finance personnel in the management of public funds towards accomplishment of Nigerian Air Force mission.
The presence of finance experts and senior officers as resource persons underscores the seminar's significance, which aims to refine systems and processes steering the Nigerian Air Force towards greater agility and effectiveness.
Those that are in finance, budget, and also procurement. Some of these reforms require additional skill. So it's one way that we feel the issue of prudency can be learned through training.
The theme of the seminar, fostering a culture of accountability in the management of NAF finances in support of contemporary air power demands, resonates deeply with one of the Chief of the Air Staff's philosophy, Olajide Bello, Nta News.
Commandant General Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Ahmed Abubakar Audi is conferred with a prestigious honor as the President of the Institute of Registered Administrative Managers of Nigeria. Abubakar Audi, in his acceptance speech, emphasized the core values of professionalism, ethics, and capacity building within the administrative management sector. More on this with Dennis Temple.
The investiture of the Commandant General, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Abubakar Audi, as the President, Institute of Registered Administrative Managers of Nigeria, marks a significant milestone in the Institute's history.
I will abide by the rules and obligations of my office.
I will abide by the rules and obligations of my office.
Chairman of the Institute's Membership Committee, Izagebe Ehukume, says the body is promoting the practice of administrative management in line with the global best practices to enhance efficiency in service delivery.
In pursuit of this vision and mission, the Institute has identified 5 administrative fields of practice for members of the Institute. 1. Organization system development. 2. Office facility management. 3. Information and record management. 4. Job analysis to support human resource functions and meeting management.
CG Ahmed Abubakar Audi, the fourth president of the Institute, says the professional body under his watch will continue to work for its development in line with the corporate goals of the country.
It is a known fact that the promoters of this global institute have a vision to be the most revered professional association in the matters of administrative management and the entrenchment of best administrative practice in every work environment. therefore, very unequivocally and with every sense of responsibility that I am in alignment with this vision.
Our institute will become what we desire it to be, and by the grace of God, when he leaves office, we wish that he will be there for permanently.
Established under the Act 1 Cap 59 of 1990, the Institute of Registered Administrative Managers of Nigeria is also known as Council of Registered Administrative Managers of Nigeria. In Abuja, Dennis Temple, Nta News.
And it's time for some sports update.
Nigeria defeated Egypt 66-51 to reach the FIBA Under-18 Women's AfroBasket Championship semi-finals in Pretoria, South Africa on Wednesday. The win means this is the first time the Nigerian team would reach the semi-final in 14 years. When both teams met in the group stage, Egypt triumphed over the Nigerian team, winning by 72-60. Egypt are two-time champions of the Under-18 Championship and the last edition silver medalists. The Nigerian Under-18 women's team has never won the tournament and has only finished as runners-up once. Mali are the most successful team with 8 titles, while Egypt, Senegal and DR Congo each have 2 titles.
Yep, that right there signals how this game is going for Egypt.
And that brings this encounter to a close as Nigeria has close.
Meanwhile, Super Falcons midfielder Christy Uchebe has been included in the Portuguese Women's League Team of the Season for 2023-2024. The 23-year-old enjoyed a successful campaign with the Portuguese Giants. The versatile midfielder won the quadruple with Benfica last season. Uchebe has won 4 league titles since her arrival at Benfica in 2020.
Daniel Adiri there with a sports update. Our news desk is at 6. I'm Comfort Amodu. Thanks for watching.